Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you my player ratings from Manchester United's 2-1 win against Liverpool at Old Trafford. So I'll start off with David Degaya. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Didn't really have much to do in the first half, but Degaya made some good saves in that second half. He was unlucky to concede one. And he did well winning the second balls. Degaya was far better than he was in the 4-0 defeat to Brentford. Don't forget Degaya was accountable for 2 of Brentford's goals. You know, David Degaya is regarded as one of the best goalkeepers in the world. You know, he's won everything domestically at the football club. Revert back to earlier on this year, he won the Players' Player of the Year award. He's made over 500 appearances for Man United in all competitions. Degaya's contract at the club expires next year. Degaya has endured 11 years at Man United, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. Degaya could finish his career at Man United. Moving on to Diego Dalot, I'm going to also give him a 7 out of 10. Defensively, very good. Showed some good attacking intent. Got into some good positions. Dalot has appeared to be our first choice right back under Eric Ten Hag. He was our first choice right back under Ralph Rangnick. By the way, Dalot did receive a yellow card in the game. I do think Dalot will leave Manchester United, but not until next year. I think he'll stay for this year. His contract at Man United expires next year. At one point, Dalot had a loan spell with AC Milan, so reflecting on that, he gained some experience. Man United got Dalot from Porto for around 19 million. We brought him in under the Jose Mourinho era. Moving on to Raphael Varane. He's also going to get a 7 out of 10. I thought defensively he was good and he brought the ball out well from the back. Varane also got a yellow card in the game. I'm glad that Varane started ahead of Harry Maguire against Liverpool. Harry Maguire was dropped for the game against Liverpool. Well, it did say prior to the game that Ten Hag was considering dropping Harry Maguire. Varane, Manchester United signed him from Real Madrid. You know, Varane's under contract to Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further 12 months. Moving on to Lisandra Martinez. Going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought defensively he was very good. And he prevented Bruno Fernandes scoring an own goal. You know, Fernandes did hit it and it hit Martinez's chest. I think Martinez will do well at Manchester United. Manchester United signed him from Ajax in a deal worth 57 million. He's under contract with Man United until 2027. There's an option of a further 12 months. Moving on to Tyrell Malacia, I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Average performance by Malacia. You've probably got to say now he is our first choice left back and he is ahead of Luke Shaw. Man United did sign Malacia from Feyenoord. Got him for 13 million. When Malacia signed, he signed a contract with Man United until 2026 as an option of an additional year. Moving on to Christian Erickson, give him a 6 out of 10. Looked dangerous from free kicks. Christian Erickson played against his former club Brentford the other week, and he wasn't that good. He was partly to blame for one of Brentford's goals. Don't forget, Manchester United did sign Christian Erickson on a free transfer. When Erickson officially signed, he signed a 3-year contract with Man United. Moving on to Scott McTominay, I'll give him a 7 out of 10. McTominay had a very good game. I thought he looked good in possession. He looked good out of possession as well. Made some good runs in the centre midfield. The first good game that McTominay has had in a while, if I'm going to be honest with you. I still don't think he's good enough to represent the club, but McTominay is still young. He's got a lot of development in him. Revert back to last season, I thought McTominay played very well against Aston Villa in the Cup. He played well in the 5-1 win against Leeds on the opening day last season, and he played well in the 6-2 win against Leeds, because he scored twice in that game early on. Revert back to 2020, McTominay signed a 5-year contract with Man United. Moving on to Bruno Fernandes, he's going to get an 8 out of 10. Fernandes played very well against Liverpool. It was the best game he had in a while. And you notice that Ronaldo didn't start. And you know, when Ronaldo doesn't play and Fernandes does, you seem to get the best out of Fernandes. But when Fernandes plays with Ronaldo, you can't get the best out of Fernandes. Doesn't really make sense because they both play for Portugal. By the way, Fernandes did get a yellow card in the game. Like I said, Fernandes almost scored an own goal. And I think he set that Alanga chance up, you know, when Alanga hit the post. So if Alanga would have scored that, then Bruno Fernandes would have provided an assist. Fernandes has been a United player for over 2 years. Manchester United got him from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Moving on to Anthony Alanga, he's going to get a 7 out of 10. Alanga hit the post in the game early on, like I mentioned, so he was unlucky not to score. And Alanga got the assist for Jadon Sancho's goal. I like Alanga a lot. You know, I think he's done well in a lot of games since he came into the first team. Revert back to last season, Alanga got racially abused on social media following that penalty miss against Middlesbrough in the FA Cup. I disagreed with him getting racially abused. Alanga is under contract with Man United until 2026 as an option of a further 12 months. Moving on to Jadon Sancho, going to give him a 8 out of 10. He enjoyed a good game. Sancho scored Manchester United's first goal. It was a good finish as well. Like I've said, we are now starting to get the best out of Jadon Sancho. Revert back to pre-season, Sancho played very well. And revert back towards the end of last season, he was in scintillating form. Sancho, though, he did endure a bad start to his Manchester United career, didn't settle in straight away. But like I've said so many times, not every player does settle in straight away. Some players do need time. Sancho did endure 4 good years with Dortmund before he came to Man United. Man United got Sancho from Dortmund in a deal worth 78 million with add-ons included. Marcus Rashford, he's going to get an 8 out of 10. What a game he had against Liverpool. Rashford scored Manchester United's second goal. It was a great finish by Rashford. Obviously, VAR intervened. They were checking a possible offside, but Rashford was just onside. And like I said on the reaction to the game, Rashford should have had more than one goal, because he had a good chance where Alisson produced a good save, and he also had a chance where he just put it over the bar. And like I've said, Rashford is a good young player. But a lot of United fans have said, including me, that he hasn't been the same player since he had that operation on his shoulder. He missed the first 2 months of last season with that shoulder problem. Not so long ago, Man United did insist that Rashford wasn't for sale. It says we're looking to agree a new contract for Rashford. His contract at Man United expires next year. He has been a United player since the age of 7. So he's been part of the club for a long time. He's been in our senior squad since 2016. And Rashford has made over 300 appearances for United and scored 90 odd goals. Man United brought substitutions on in the game. We saw obviously Anthony Martial come on. I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Martial provided the assist for Marcus Rashford's goal. It was a good ball by Martial to pick out Rashford. Martial come back from injury not so long ago. He missed Man United's first 2 league games through injury. Don't forget last season Martial was out on loan with Sevilla. Fred come on in the game. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Aaron Wan-Bissaka come on in the game. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Ronaldo also came on in the game. Give him a 5 out of 10. And Donny van de Beek come on. Well, I'll give him a 7 out of 10 because I thought he made an impact when he came on. So that is your player ratings for Manchester United's 2-1 win against Liverpool at Old Trafford. Reflecting on the win, it was Erik ten Hag's first Premier League victory. But, it was a good performance by Manchester United. It was the first time Manchester United beat Liverpool in the Premier League since 2018. Of course, Manchester United got thrashed by Liverpool at Old Trafford last season, 5-0. Obviously, Liverpool beat Man United 4-0 at Anfield last season, so over the 2 games last season, Liverpool won 9-0 on aggregate. Man United did beat Liverpool 4-0 in in pre-season. That game was in Bangkok. So Man United have now played 3 league games, obviously lost 2 and won 1. Liverpool have endured a disappointing start to the season. They've drawn 2 and lost 1, so Liverpool are yet to win a game. Liverpool had a pretty strong team out on Monday. There were missing players, like I said on the reaction. Liverpool, of course, were missing Darwin Núñez because he's suspended. I reckon he'd have started if he hadn't been suspended. Núñez has now got 2 games to serve. They were missing Diego Jota. You know, he's out with injury. And he's a key player for Liverpool. They were missing Canate. They were missing Matip. They were missing Thiago, and he's one of Liverpool's first choice midfielders. Keita was out, but Keita's not one of Liverpool's first choice midfielders. I think Keita is on his way out of Liverpool. They were missing Chamberlain. Again, he's not one of Liverpool's first choice midfielders. He's injured. He's always injured, is Chamberlain. They were missing Kelleher. I think Kelleher's Liverpool's second choice keeper. They were also missing Curtis Jones. So there you go. You know, Liverpool, you know, despite them having a poor start to this season, you know, they are still a very good team. You know, Jurgen Klopp is a good manager. You know, Jurgen Klopp has won 7 trophies as a Liverpool manager. 4 of the trophies came in one season. You know, Klopp at Liverpool's won the Premier League, won the Champions League, won the FIFA Club World Cup, won the Super Cup, won the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. They won the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup last season, Liverpool, so they did the double. And this season, Liverpool won the Community Shield because they did beat Manchester City 3-1. Don't forget, last season, Liverpool got to the Champions League final, but they lost to Real Madrid. Earlier on this year, Jurgen Klopp extended his contract with Liverpool until 2026, and I can assure you we'll see out his contract with Liverpool, and then when his contract expires, he will leave Liverpool, and I reckon he'll go back to Germany. Klopp's been the Liverpool manager for almost 7 years. He got appointed in back in October 2015. Before Liverpool, he managed Borussia Dortmund, won a few trophies with them, and before them managed Mainz 05. But like I said, you know, Liverpool have had good managers, they've had bad managers. Klopp's certainly the best manager they've had in this generation. Before Liverpool had Brendan Rodgers, he enjoyed one good season. At one point they had Roy Hodgson. To be honest with you, Roy Hodgson was probably the worst manager that Liverpool ever had. So they sacked him. At one point, Kenny Dalglish was the Liverpool manager. I don't think he was a good manager, but he was a good player. A lot of years ago, Liverpool had Rafa Benitez as well. He was a good manager. Liverpool won the Champions League under him. A lot of years ago, they had Gerard Houllier. He was good. I think he passed away last year. And at one point, they had Bill Shankly, and then obviously they had Bob Paisley. So there you go. And let me put into the equation, Liverpool have lost players. You know, they let Origi go. Origi's now at AC Milan. Earlier on this year, Liverpool sold Sadio Mane to Bayern Munich. Nico Williams went to Nottingham Forest. Reece Williams is out on loan with Blackpool. They let Tyler Morton go. Don't forget, they let Shaqiri go, Liverpool. They let Wijnaldum go to PSG on a free. A few years ago, they lost players like Nathaniel Klein, Dejan Lovren, Adam Lallana. About 3 or 4 years ago now, Liverpool lost Philip Coutinho. He went to Barcelona from Liverpool. Liverpool, though, did receive 142 million for him at the time, and out of that money, Liverpool went and bought Alisson and Van Dijk. Coutinho was very poor at Barca. Now Coutinho's at Aston Villa, doing really well. So there you go. And I've got to make an admission, Liverpool have done very good transfer business with Southampton. So yeah, Manchester United's next game is Southampton. The preview will be coming up for that either tonight or tomorrow, if not tonight. That'll be Man United's 4th game of the Premier League season. So on my next video, I will be giving you an update on some transfer news. So anyway guys, take care, God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.